Welcome one, welcome all. It is time. We have finished over the Grand Blue portion of the bracket. That's all closed. That book, that chapter is done. We signed and printed. We put it to the publisher. We got a new book for you right now. City of the Wolves begins right now. I'm Risky Sweep, joined here by the fantabulous Zoma. How's it going?
It's going very well, And look, I love me some Grand Blue, but I like to watch me some of these high-level action for Fatal Fury as well. All the SNK games, of course, this being an SWC event, you're going to have a lot of the great names of the pretty much across titles, but especially here for Fatal Fury.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, you're going to see, if you were watching KOF a little bit earlier, you're probably going to see a lot of the same familiar faces in both of those brackets because both games are a Master 3 event here for Max Mode.
Absolutely.
So, 1,000 points for first place on the line. I think it adds up for the top 10 all get points, and it's like 2,500 points all in all. And like 1 point equals $1 in the SNK bank. So
yeah, that is definitely going to add up. And you look at Master 3, I know it's like on the lower end of the tier of the distribution for the point system, but it still can be a good chunk of change in terms of the points and SNK dollars that you accumulate in terms of your standing for the SWC at the end of the circuit. So getting an early leg up, even for a Master 3 event such as this, very important, and you see why, because you see all these players out here already, even Score coming all the way from Japan for this.
Yes, exactly. And we know we're gonna be starting off with a banger here. We got Lokof versus Starks coming up on the joysticks.
Oh man, yeah, Lokof definitely my Yamazaki goat for sure, but in this game plays the very dastardly, but kind of hides the intentions behind the dojo and the gi. Got Marco Rodriguez going up against Sharks over there, who's been going with the Mai, who's been, you know, kind of on the lower end of things from the game's outset, but since Season 2, has been seeing a little bit more of a positive quality of life.
Yeah, there's definitely been like some stocks being like up again. Like people are adjusting to the character a little bit better. Like early on, it felt like she had a lot of tools and not a lot of good ways to use those tools. Right now, though, we're seeing Kyokugen Karate in full force right now. Already have that life bar gone, and you're into SPG territory for Starks.
Yeah, DP, because you already know Lokof, when he smells blood in the water, he is like a shark. So but Stark's already trying to get in there. Unfortunately, the Musashi elbow not going to work out here. So you're going right back to where you started, and you got to hold it down back. But what you can't down back is a throw while you're going for that rev blow. And unfortunately, it's a leg blow to the knee right there. That's going to be Lokof taking the first round of our pools.
Yeah, just incredibly strong start from Lokof. Also made, I believe, second at Frosty Faustings earlier this year. So definitely looking for some extra points to add into that, maybe inflate their place on the leaderboard a little bit more.
Yep, absolutely. Got top 8 at SWC, so looking to get a little bit further if they can make the run back. One of the clear favorites to do so, and right now a clear favorite to run away with this one. Got the DP bait right there, and look, this is Marco with a bar of damage. It has you in the corner as well. Level 1 final ratio, not going to be enough to save you. That's a big old KO for Marco.
I think if you are trying to sell Kyokugen Karate to me, I think you just show me a clip of that and be like, yeah, that could be you.
That could be you.
Yeah.
You in the crowd. You in the crowd. Yes, that could be you. And $50,000 man Ryo Sakazaki. You know, he's doing pretty well in another game. Maybe we see him in this game in the future, but donning a mask, question mark.
Yeah.
Don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out potentially on that. We still have a couple of those characters to go through there. I'm excited for Blue Mary coming out soon, very, very soon.
Oh, yeah. No, see, I'm conflicted because in the games that she's in, I always look at her and I'm just like, dude, I need to play this character. Unfortunately, there's a moral matter at hand because she dislikes cats.
Oh,
so I can't do it.
That's a hard thing. Like, she can't go through the cat cafe.
She can't go through the cafe. Well, however, it's 1.5 mil on the line, so maybe I'll be able to sort of overlook some things. Everybody's got a price.
Get a robot.
Mine is $1.5 million.
But right back into it with the second match here. Lokof up one here. We're not changing anything on it. We're keeping up with Starks on it with the middle SPG.
Ooh, nice jump in right there. Unfortunately, didn't get too much with it, but still able to pick it up after the fact. Put them right back in the corner. Nice high evade on the attempt on the rev blow. And yeah, that rev blow change or the SPG change is not really going to work out for you because you just already chewed through it.
Yeah, light candy is gone in a flash. You barely got the taste on there. Goes in for the throw and one more time catches Mai, trying to get out of the situation and goes in for the high dodge one more time just to get the confirmed set point for Lokof.
Yeah, I do love the placement of high dodge in offense. That's something that you see from a lot of high-level players, just being able to not only do that as an anti-air, but structure it in your offense because you know your opponent is trying to poke out with like a mid or especially a rev blow when they're in SPG.
We're trying to do the my dive kick, the my kick, if you will, on there, but gets a little bit of damage on here, but just get the clean anti-air coming in from Lokof.
Yeah, high evade be damned. If you have the DP break, definitely let it rip because there's so much more damage potential that you have access to. And we've seen the damage in spades from Marco, and we could get a little bit more if we get one more open up, and that's exactly what we got right here. Not going to be enough to kill, but that will, catching them on the other end with the counter hit. Close C, Marco and Lokof taking it 2-0.
Yeah, didn't have the meter to kill with that, so did have to go in for the reset on there afterwards, and that would just be like calling it clean. This is why we had that fantastic final match between Goichi and Lokof at Frosty Faustings. If you go back and look at it, just a incredible mirror match on there, like going back and forth. So good showing in there, trying to make that happen potentially here for Max Mode as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know. It's good to see Goichi back on the Marco because that means that this is a character to believe in.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think a lot of people felt that way, but I think Goichi was, like, sort of, like, on the fence about it because we saw him dropping for the kind, and it worked out. But Lokof has been tried and true with it and has really stuck with the character, and it's really reaped rewards. And I think in Season 2, you're going to see a lot of that come to pass because a lot of the top tiers have kind of been brought down a little bit. It's a little bit different. Like, he doesn't get the same knockdown on the EX Tatsu that he got before, but still – if it's Marco, he's got Rev Blow, gets that knockdown, you're in it. Like, it might just be over for you in a flash.
Just like that, just a snap of the fingers, a Thanos snap, if you will. What are you looking forward to, like, as we're going into Season 2? Like, what characters are you wanting to see in this bracket that you don't see a whole lot of that you feel like have potential?
So I think we just saw one in Mai. I think that because, you know, we definitely did not see a lot of shine with her. I think you know it's bad when a character as popular as Mai doesn't get a lot of representation, not even just at high level, but mid-level and low level. You did not really see her a lot. But now I'm hoping with the changes that she received in Season 2, where she's got buffs pretty much to a lot of her areas of consistency that she lacked in, I think she could be somebody that we see a little bit more of. Maybe not necessarily winning, but just has a little bit more of a chance. And then another character that I am very interested in seeing more of is Chun-Li. And, like, I'm a little bit biased because that's a character that I've picked up.
All right.
But I think even though she doesn't get the same mix-up that she gets off of the hard knockdown on some of her rev arts, the way that it's worked out with a lot of her routing and how a lot of the games go, she was already consistent, but now that she gets to play the game a little bit more, she can definitely fight you in a variety of phases that some other characters may not necessarily have the same strengths as her in. Yeah,
you might get your wish because I did see, at least in the bracket, I think in the other pool, Terrence might be in there.
Yes.
So if I know Terrence has never picked it, like somehow, like if they're fighting game characters without Chun-Li, has found a way to put Chun-Li into the game.
Absolutely. Was rocking the Hotaru in Season 1, but was very ecstatic when Chun-Li finally made their way into the game. And he liked how she felt, and in Season 2, since Hotaru has kind of been brought down a little bit, again, still a strong character, but Hotaru or Terrence believes that Chun-Li can do it in this meta, and I think that's for a lot of people that are currently looking on the onset of Season 2. And you're seeing that right now with Andy Bogard coming up, a character that's been seeing a lot of shine, to answer your question, as a character that I'm seeing a little bit more of in Season 2.
Yeah, Andy Bogard was that character, came out like a little bit after Combo Breaker last year, and I remember like sitting at the SNK demo booth like playing it, and I just kept going for seconds and more, like because Andy was just a lot of fun to play. And of course, like we have Phanpy Bogard on the Andy here. Looks like Kaiser666 on the Terry Bogard. No surprise if you know Kaiser in any capacity.
Yeah, it is crazy, too, because Phanpy started out, of course, true to the name of playing Terry Bogard, but has stuck with the Andy recently. Kaiser, of course, has been playing Terry throughout the entire life of the game and is still rocking with him to this day. But we'll see what he does up against his good buddy Andy, who right now is putting him into that mid-SPG ratio and puts him in the corner, looking for that very meaty slide, and now has him pinned down.
But it just takes one hit move to get out of there, go back into the middle of it. If you were out of the air, man, there was an opportunity for that. But we got the touch confirmed in there, a little bit of damage with that level 1.
Ooh, guard cancel. Go right into the throw, too. Give yourself a little bit more of a chance at life. Trying to look for a throw at the end of that, but still able to burn through the rev blow. But that's an expensive one. You are now in overheat.
Yeah, going to have to deal with it like on here, but we're just going to go and let it rip Beyblade style on top of that. And you got, of course, to get that cinematic on the end there. That is going to be enough there. But again, another expensive way to finish that off.
Yeah, I mean, you don't carry over the super meter, but instead, like, it's sort of similar to KOF. do you prioritize just paying the premium to get rid of the character? I think in that case, very appropriate and still looking pretty good here too because has Terry all the way in the corner once again.
Oh, yes, and we're going in. We're going to stop that momentum whatsoever. We don't want to deal with it anymore. Get back into neutral here. Gets a couple of the confirms in here on a nice little counter hit in there from Kaiser, but trying to get the start of the rev blow, gets thrown out of it by Phanpy.
Oh, yep, meeting in the air with the rev blow. Guard cancel right over there. Good on the JD. But now it's just putting Andy in overheat with the great pressure that Terry gets access to up close.
Yeah, spending a lot of meter for these opportunities here, and the guard cancel. Good to get right back into the corner. Gets the cancel out of there and calls it out one more time. Get the power wave.
That is absurd too, because I think they really did try to bait out the guard cancel into the elbow, and so they just kind of sat back there and just waited for that and was ready with their reaction on the super. So that was pretty high-level mind games right there from Kaiser, but Phanpy still trying to play at that same level, fighting their way back out, teleport to reverse position, but again, guard cancel into the special DP in response.
I like this. Kaiser's been slowing it down here, just been like really kind of waiting for Phanpy to go in this. Phanpy spent a lot of meter. It's revving up to 60% here. If they get anything started and start getting like some significant damage, they're going to go to overheat very quickly unless they have SPG like they're about to get in there. Oh, gets in with the avoid on there on top of that. Okay, this is the opportunity.
Absolutely. We could take them out of SPG if we want to, and it looks like that's what we're going to do here with the level 1. Huge, taking Terry out of position to use that rev blow defensively. So they had to bet it all on the DP if they wanted anything, and if they wanted anything with that, they could have been an overheat. That could have been the death of Terry.
Oh, yeah, now you're going to okay, you have the elbow coming from downtown. Your Uber Eats elbow is arriving to the face, your teeth.
Oh, man.
And I was worried about that, like what got into the overheat, had the one little sliver of health to get rid of, and didn't have a way out of it here. Just maybe spending a little bit too much meter to make it happen, but is in the lead against Kaiser. So what can you say?
Absolutely. Again, it was the question that people beg of themselves in these SNK games. Do you pay the premium to get that early advantage or to make a comeback? But in that case, it is the former, and it did really pay off because I think in this game, because of how quickly you grow meter back, if you just spend it all in that first level or in that first round, I think Phanpy feels comfortable enough, especially with the way that Andy plays, that they're going to be able to get that back over the course of the next 2 rounds if it comes to that. And pretty much that's how the resource war was won. Sure
enough. And we're going back to the Metro City B-Ball court stage on here. This is actually the first time I've been able to see this stage like at an event. This is still cool, like with the Manana graffiti in the background and everything.
Yo, put her in the game, but don't make her bad, please.
They got to do like a student exchange. They're like, we gave you Mike.
Yeah, we exactly. Well, I mean, like they gave us the jury skin for Preacher. So,
that's for sure.
All right, here we go. Trying to jail him with that air fireball, but the guard cancel right into the burnt knuckle. Oh my God, yeah, just still being able to keep up the positioning, but right as soon as I say that, Phanpy responding, putting Kaiser right in the corner again.
Okay, got it at the very end, gets the dodge attack on there, so the slowdown was in effect. Going to go ahead and get the confirm and finish the round out for Kaiser.
Alrighty, so a little bit of a different situation there. It was Phanpy being able to get the early advantage at the onset, but this time Kaiser being able to be the aggressor, get their foot on the pedal, get the gas cranked up a little bit in the engine, but we're revving up our own engine right there as Andy. As I say that, it's the rev arts of Terry. They're going to put a lot of taxing on that health bar from Andy.
Yeah, just calls it out on there afterwards. Just goes in for the level 1. Going to go ahead and get the confirm, and quick work of it there. Just in that time, we're tied now 1-1 here. Phanpy has a lot of things to consider.
Yeah, definitely. It felt like you were saying at the onset, too, of the first game that you admired how Kaiser was trying to play it a little bit slow, but it seemed like the faster pace that he was forcing Phanpy to play at was a little bit uncomfortable for them, and you're seeing it right now, already forcing them closer into the corner, whereas it was Phanpy that had Terry in the corner throughout that first game. That early advantage huge, especially when you're Terry against a character that doesn't have a rev blow, has to bet it on a DP.
Oh, yeah, now we're playing a little bit of mind games, showing out the feint on there afterwards here. Goes ahead, cancels out, make sure they retain the corner on there afterwards. Get the counter hit on there, the side switch on there for Phanpy Bogard, so we're going to go ahead, continue on the rev art escapades.
Level 1, hard knockdown. The best way to get it nowadays. Don't necessarily get them on the EX art, so you got to save your bar if you want that advantage. Trying to keep that up as well, but it's getting a little bit expensive, and Kaiser not budging at all. Despite all of the cash you were spending, the bank is not open. It's so close to Sunday. What are you doing trying to make a deposit?
You are trying to get there in time. You got to use that vacuum tube in a hurry on there. And I like that Kaiser just was waiting, let's find a way to kill Phanpy in here without using any meter on here and go in with a full stick of butter as we go into the final round there. Back into the corner we go, trying to hold out, bait out the button. Crack shoot gets nothing, but you bait out the DP and hello damage.
Just a variation in pressure right there, just off of that close C alone. Saw earlier in the set that Phanpy was looking to guard cancel that, and just throwing out those feints has them giving them different looks, making them very much urgent or very shaky, second guessing what they're doing defensively. Not going to be enough to kill, but you got one more interaction to figure things out, and it's going to be a big counter hit on that 2C. That's going to be it. Kaiser taking it over Phanpy 2-1. All
right, yeah, that was still a good match. I love seeing a Phanpy with the Andy Bogard out there representing that character on there. Just again, Kaiser was understanding like what we're seeing in that first match was like kind of like started playing a little slower like we were saying, but like started going into just defend, guard cancel, calling out. It's like Phanpy is making the aggression happen. I have ways around it to make you deny it, finding the right moments.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just when you, in this game especially, and on a character like Terry, it can be so imposing for the opposition when you're able to give them so many looks offensively and in neutral, because like you were saying, or like we were saying over the course of the set, the neutral was just a lot more fast-paced on the part of Kaiser.
Yeah.
And when you're already getting that sudden shift of speed, it's very, very hard to adjust in a matter of time to where Terry's not already killing you for not being ready for that.
Yeah, that's the way Terry's been since the start of that game. I was like, you give Terry an inch, he's going to take the whole franchise. Basically, he's going to expand all the way across it. It's going to go from city to city at that point. So.
Absolutely, yeah, it's tough out here.
But it looks like we are going to be getting our first matches that are qualifying into top 16 here. It looks like I see Too Easy and TheGio coming up to the sticks right now.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one. Too Easy. Actually, both of them notable entrants coming into here. Shouts out to Pog holding it down at Just Frame.
Yep.
Too Easy coming in, who did a really good job showing out at the last max mode, was playing Ronaldo at them, but I believe has shifted over to new characters. I think they're on the Marco right now.
They are on the Marco.
Yeah.
I saw them in bracket a little bit ago, like playing pretty much Marco like on there. I was expecting the Ronaldo to come back out like we did like at the very beginning. I forget that max mode was it was the first event I went to that had City of the Wolves.
Yeah, it was very close to the full release of the game. I remember that too because I was trying to prep for Grand Blue Top 8, but then I also knew that I had to commentate and I was entering in for City of the Wolves, so I was trying to study as much of the game as possible, and like for commentary, like I had to figure out all the different characters, I had to figure out how Jenny played. So yeah, it was crunch time for a lot of the people coming here. Now we've got a full year, things have been figured out, and I think a lot of people have figured out over that period of time that TheGio is not somebody to mess around with in this game.
Yeah, no, absolutely on that. So trying to figure out what I see the Billy Kane being selected on there, and I know the Billy Kane stocks are going down, but you cannot discount a person with a big stick.
No, absolutely not. Just the space control tools of Billy are still in spades. It's stuff. You're not getting the same confirms that you did. It's not necessarily 5 to the power of infinity lights into a level 1, but you still have access to the great tools in a vacuum. 2A, 2B, Farsi, of course, the JC as well. That's just a lot of different tools that are really good at keeping people at bay. And against someone like Marco, that could be very, very helpful.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to get back, find your opportunity to come in there. You're throwing out Kokins. You're you're getting denied with the switch of the staff on there afterwards. Just trying to find those moments. However, you do have opportunities to maybe get the knockdown, get that approach in there, and start your tirade on there afterwards. But right now, it does look like a button check. Make sure everything's good.
Yeah, I've seen TheGio play more of the Hoku, so when I saw the Billy come out, I thought it was going to be, or I saw the Billy come out, I was like, oh, that's a little different, but no, it could be a button check. I still think it could be the Hoku, which I think would probably be preferable, not just from a comfort level, but I think matchup-wise. People believe Hoku to be the best character in the game currently, but they're kind of throwing it up there with Mr. Big, Rock, Andy, but Hoku's still very strong, and Gio has performed very well with this character, but it is going to be the Billy, presumably.
Okay, we're trying to pick out a color, make sure all buttons are correct on that. Yeah, and I was a little bit surprised considering that, like with the Hokuto Maru changes, like on the patch, I thought people were kind of like downplaying that a little bit, but still I've seen that character being played quite a bit and still being considered very strong.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think when you have the tools that Hokuto does, and it's sort of similar to Billy, where even if you kind of, hit them a little bit with the nerfs, there's still the kit that they have in a vacuum, and also in the context of just the point in the match. The tools are just good tools to accentuate the game plan that the characters have. For Billy, definitely being that space control. For Hoku, of course, is the maneuverability and the space disruption. But we're going to be seeing the former here up against Marco, trying to find a way in here to get early offense, and do it often. But you also have that final ratio, so you're not going to get that same rev blow to get that hard knockdown that you could in Season 1. But still sending it with the EX Tatsu here and chasing them down.
All right, trying to find that moment on there. It does get in with the jump in from Too Easy, but we're just like trying to bait out that neutral ground here, just getting the approach as we just trying to find a way. Like first hit is going to be the most critical here. There we go.
Alrighty, not going to be enough to put TheGio out of SPG. Good block on the overhead, but Rev Guard, unfortunately, to your detriment. Not going to be able to get the full punish from the 2B, but going to make up for it here in the next interaction. But Marco now sitting on SPG, and I think we got a quick counter hit, but we dropped the combo.
No, unfortunate on there, but you know what? We pick it up, go with the level 1 just to make sure it absolutely gets you the round.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I lied to our people. Well, I didn't necessarily lie. I said 5 lights into a level 1. That was just 4. So still got the conversion ability to be able to close out the round here. Too Easy did have a really good showing early in the set to get the momentum. It was just TheGio being able to find the right block on the 50-50. We'll see if they get lucky this time around. But this time, good on the EX Tatsu block, and it's Billy that's getting started.
Yeah, I do like how Too Easy is trying to use the feint a little bit here, trying to bait out a big button in there, finding the whiff opportunities in there against TheGio, but hasn't really found much on that here. Having to force it to deal with the staff on there, and even like on the jump in, gets denied with the just defend. Here comes the level 1 one more time. SPG for Too Easy.
Oh, the jump over, but put him out of the corner, so it was a little bit awkward there on the jump in that Billy could not get, but they get the high evade instead to be able to convert into a game clinching combo. Billy, of course, doing the same things that he was doing in Season 1. Still looking pretty good. Still looking pretty snazzy in that jacket.
Oh, yeah. And we're going back to that character select. We're looking at it here. Looks like we may have, like, unfortunately, maybe, like, resetting the buttons. Maybe there was a misinput of some sort on there. Or maybe just thinking through it here as we just go right back into the character select. We're going to pick the Marco. Looks like we're going to keep on going.
Yeah, same gi and everything. Got the all black on, trying to put Billy into his own funeral. Open casket, because I said he got that fly stuff on. He looked pretty nice. But still, Billy looking very alive and well right now, up 1-0. Gio still looking very good. I will tell you, when you look at him in this game and in KOF, I think Billy is a really good pick now that I'm looking at him because of the way that he's able to just command the space in front of him and just sort of manipulate the effective ranges that the opponent feels like they can play at. And Billy is a great character to do that with.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of that example in KOF pools with Severa. She was playing Billy to incredible degree. If you want to go back and look at that, definitely take a chance on it. In the meantime, though, in City of Wolves territory, TheGio keeps with the knockdown in there, going to get the corner as a follow-up on that one more time.
Forcing Marco to figure something out to try to jump on out of there. Oh, got the second hit of the jump in the hit, just didn't have confidence in it. So Too Easy getting a chance to bust out, trying to play the fireball game. But Gio, kind of hard to enforce that against Billy because they've got the big stick to be able to whack you with from far away.
Rev blows. Once you pop, you cannot stop on there. Going to get a lot of damage in here. Too Easy back in that SPG. And the cleanest of jump-ins in there. Going to get a full punish on there. Not enough to kill, but in a very good chance to get that tech. Backs away. Gets the counter hit. Sneaky. TheGio, I see what you're doing.
Oh, man. Just the cleanest of backdashes to occupy space. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Manipulating the effective ranges. Sat right at the exact point where they knew they would get a wild punish if they even tried that EX Tatsu, especially when it felt like Too Easy had to do something to get started. EX Tatsu, usually what you see against or with Marco, and Gio just doing a fantastic job putting on a clinic in that aspect.
Okay, this time Too Easy going with the guard cancel. Back out and trying to retain control on it, but TheGio says no, get thrown.
Alrighty, looking for a jump in, just a little bit far away. Got a bit of a punish, nothing doing though. Got to be able to nickel and dime when you can. Oh, but here we go. 4 lights into a dream, baby. Wake up, Marco, because this could be the end of your winner's side life if you can't get out of here.
Trying to find that one way on it. Goes in for the overhead. In there. Follows out the rev blow. Going to get the push away on it. Enough time for the Koken to begin on here. And just need one more hit in there. Follows up with the rev blow. I like that just for the added trajectory in there to get a little punish in there. But it's not going to be enough. Gio, you still have to worry about SPG. You don't have to worry about anything right now because you're going to losers.
Damn, man. Yeah, Billy's still doing Billy things. Gio's still doing Gio things. Just being able to make it so you don't feel like you can play the game at all. Just the shutdown mode activated there from the word go with Billy 2-0. That is a very clean showing.
Yeah, no, and that was from the beginning at that, too. We saw that even at first, like, trying to get in the jump-ins, like, was like, no, I'm just going to just defend on here. I'm going to keep you away from it. No matter where you are trying to get in, and I've locked all my doors. The ADT security is on. I've activated the app on my phone. I'm watching you through whatever doorbell I have. I have a lot of doorbells in this house. Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. I'm watching.
No, I mean, that's a man with a lot of bells and whistles in his house. That's a man that's got the decorations going. I mean, you see him coming in with the fly stuff. I mean, look, he's taking over for Geese right now. So he's got all the resources that he needs for interior design. He's got everything that he wants.
Yeah, it's got a hand in mini, like wearing mini hats, holding mini baskets.
Absolutely, absolutely. But right now, just doing what he does best in this game right now. Just pretty interesting because a lot of people, and I know a couple of people who were playing Billy in KOF, they saw him in City of the Wolves when he was announced, and they were like, man, is it going to be more of the same? Are we just not going to see our boy get any love?
Right.
Boy, were they wrong. Boy, were they wrong.
Not just not the frosted tips.
Oh, man.
Looks like we got another killer match coming up to you. We were talking about this right prior to both of these contenders here. Alex Smith versus Rino coming right up to you all.
Yes, true to what's on the shirt of Alex Smith. Throw down is exactly what we are in for. A good classic slobber knocker between B. Jenny's strongest soldier, possibly the only soldier currently because of some unfortunate changes and unforeseen changes that were done to the character. But Alex Smith still a premier representative and very strong fundamentally in this game. Versus Rino, another SNK great who's been doing big things in KOF and big things in this game as well. Has really ramped it up in City of the Wolves, and it's good to see him. I think Why Cry somebody who loves talking about this guy because for good reason. Very good button placement, kind of similar to the Gio, kind of shuts you down from a variety of ranges, and you can kind of see it in the way that he plays too. I think he's been on Mr. Big, and that's a good character to do that with.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that because earlier I was like, I know previously has been on the Hokutomaru, I believe, on that.
Yes.
And got 17th at Frosty Faustings. Alex Smith got 25th. So this is I like trying to get to that point. I'm curious to see how this matchup looks for both of these contenders.
I would say that B. Jenny will have to be very tricky with her aerial movement. Again, it's probably the best thing that she has going for her currently because it's kind of hard for her to keep up pressure, especially against someone like Mr. Big who has that threat of the parry, especially when you're kind of betting it on a mid dispenser with that close C, which kind of got hit a little bit, but it's still probably your go-to in terms of trying to hold things down and hold down your opponent. But if Mr. Big gets started and he is able to really give Jenny problems in terms of approaching, it could be a disaster for Alex.
Yeah, like the way I feel when Mr. Big gets described is like, what does Mr. Big do? He's big.
Yep.
Big buttons, big everything. Like anything you can throw out there, brings out the 6. Those are not for show. Those tonfas are not for show.
Yeah, big mix, big damage, big buttons. He's got it all in space. They got it all at Costco at great portions.
Ooh, I need to update my membership. All right, but we got the cross up early on in here from Alex Smith. Going to go ahead and get the corner on here as we kind of cancel out on the feints in here, trying to fly forward it. Doesn't get anything for it. The just defend into the follow-up on here. Here comes the Rev Art Circus.
I like using that close B to be the thing that keeps up the pressure because that move is also plus. It is a little bit harder to enforce than the close C, so to be able to pin down Mr. Big with that is huge, but it's even bigger for Mr. Big to get out of the corner here and get the level 1 as an anti-air.
Yeah, give him the Spark Mandrill, Mega Man X1. Go to get the follow-up on here. Okay. We're in SPG territory for Alex Smith here. If you get a chance, you're about to build up another level 1 as you're after you need one more cover. Guard cancel into the red blow, and Rino was ready for it.
Oh my God, the multi-hitting close D giving you more hit stun to be able to react to the red blow has to be a premium right there. And top of being +5, just a really good pressure starter right there and used brilliantly by Rino, as is the Farsi, the wild punish tool of the ancients and the legends right there.
Yeah, definitely got the text on that and already more than half of that life bar gone. We're at SPG, the lower half on the follow-up on here. We do go ahead and get the follow-up, the cancel out of there, so we're going to be able to get at least some damage on here, but still not enough to get out of SPG for Rino.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an awkward starter right there, but still going to be able to get them right here and get them with the rev blow. So Jenny in the corner. There's a lot of damage. The parry cancel. You're in SPG as well, using it to use the rev blow ender. Block on the overhead. Rino going to fight back out, though, with that far C. And, yeah, we're going to play a little bit of Phil Collins. Can you feel it in the air tonight as that drum across your body? That is going to be level 1 to take it 1-0.
And using the rev block on there, push Alex Smith a little bit further away on there. It's like, oh, I'm still well within distance to get my big buttons on here. I need to deny you of yours.
Yeah, absolutely. It was very true to form, playing in the realm of City of the Wolves, using the mechanics to really put Jenny at an awkward angle. And you saw it right there, tried to go for it again with the rev guard, but Alex Smith making a really good adjustment right there, taking it to the skies, not falling victim to that pushback to get hit by that far C, and it's being rewarded, being able to keep up offense. Look at Jenny putting on a perfect.
All right. Getting some collapse in the audience here, watching along on it. That was a deep jump D on there after, on there. Gets onto the other side, going to cancel out of into the low, going to get a confirm.
Tricky going for the overhead once again. A little bit of a different look this time, but Rino not budging at all. Hyper defense, but only building up the bar. No damage to help you out with that. Trying to run up with that close B, but again, Rino just shutting it down defensively.
In neutral jump, and not going to get anything of it this time on it. Going to go ahead and get the confirm. Cancel out again to the level 1. Ooh.
Oh!
The cancel out of that. Let's just go ahead and get the big counter hit. Okay, Alex Smith is cooking right now.
Yeah, absolutely, but they're getting cooked a little bit right there. A little fried by the electricity on the end of the sticks of Mr. Big, who's chasing her down with it, trying to look for something. This time getting the command grab. No jump back allowed this time.
Okay, back into SPG. Alex Smith has a little bit of chance to get a rev up again. Point, going to use all of it. Gets to confirm. Bets it all right there and is going to put a 1 beside their name.
Yep, absolutely. The double hitting. I mean, you're a Jenny player. You know a little bit about the double hitting heavy, like being able to heavy or hyper defense that. Such a big idea to be able to use in that matchup to be able to punish it. And interestingly enough, though, Rino and Mr. Big can cancel out of it if they do get it with that first hit. So give him a different look right here. But all is looking B Jenny right here, early and often Alex Smith. But Mr. Big fighting back 2A to help.
Okay, going to go ahead and use the rev blow on it. Big counter hit on that. You know what? Let's check out the rest of this corner. Go all the way down on a big damage.
Oh, man. Once again, getting the Rolling Thunder to hit. A great rev blow. One of the best in the game still. So she has that going for her. Trying to look for something after that knockdown. A little bit crazy of a advantage to keep up right there. But here we go. The far C going to work out here. Alex Smith, after dropping that first game, looking to take the set.
Okay, like just waking up at this. Reno's got to make a change on here. We're just defending. Get the call out. That doesn't get anything on there afterwards here. Just holding back, trying to find it. There we go. One more time. Gets the break into the free Rev R territory.
All right. Ending it with 236B. Catching them with the close D, trying to jump out of there. But we get the level 1. Give ourselves a little bit of time here. Jenny still, or Mr. Big still in SPG, so they have access to Rev Blow if they want to use it. But we're using our defensive mechanics here.
Oh, we got those 0 frames on there. Just trying to hold it. I noticed that Alex Smith loves it, like to do a lot of like the 2D, like into like the 2C and 2D on there. Unfortunately, going to go into overheat on here afterwards. Here, one more touch.
Yeah, as cool as the hyper defense was, it's very costly here because you didn't get a lot of damage and you put yourself in overheat, and you lost some super meter as well. So Mr. Big going to be able to take advantage of that resource war win and be able to even out the score here in game 3. So Rino fighting back now.
Okay. He goes to win for the command. Wow, okay. Rino with a big brain move on there. Still going to keep on the control. Whiffs on the throw. No punish.
Yeah, already a little bit of matchup knowledge being shown right there. Being able to use a command grab super to beat 236D. That's something that you really have to be ready for against Jenny, knowing how to respond to that 236D so they can't just keep up pressure ambiguously for free.
Trying to find it. Just goes in for the air throw. Spin around like a drill. Trying to find it now. Time is whittling away here. Both players going in for the overhead. Nice block on there from Rino.
Oh, there we go. So clean with the high dodges so far. The anti-airs of that fashion have been very good for Alex Smith. B-Jenny, not a character that's known for her anti-air prowess, but known for many, many torpedoes as we get the level 1 in response, keeping Mr. Big in the corner and the life lead ours, but it's going away very quickly with the beat of the drum.
Yeah, second time that we've seen that spacing out there from Alex Smith. Got the first little hit, but it's going to be the confirm after this part. Rino going in for one more hit, about to hit that level 1 potential on there afterwards, and overheated.
Oh my God!
As I was trying to say that, overheated and still believed it. Just got that level 1 and just finished the job. Wow!
I'm so sorry to cut you off there.
You are good.
That was the chips are down and I'm all in if I've ever seen it.
Yeah,
My God.
It's literally pushing the chips across the table. It's like all in, all in.
I mean, look, in this game I've seen a lot of, DP on minus frames, but that one was literally just, I'm in overheat. I know you know that I know that you know that I know that I'm in overheat. Exactly. Yeah. So I was just like, you know what? You want to take your turn back? You think I'm going to be scared that I'm in overheat? Nah, man, I'm playing the game. No, I'm Mr. Big.
You got to show why that region is so well known for SNK games on there. Keep up that aggression on there afterwards. It's like, I know the chips are down. I know everything is in my favor. If I relent right now, it's all gone at this point. I just got to keep on going.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did. And that's one of the tougher parts, too, in alluding to the playstyle of Mexican players in the SNK games. They have a really good pulse on the game of when they can really push the aggression. And some people will look at that and just be like, oh, they're just mashing. And for some people, that's true. I'm not going to lie. But for a lot of the people who make it far in these games, they know when exactly their opponent feels like they are free to try to get their turn back in the pace of the game, and they just steal that right from you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a skill that you have to build up over time in a mini games, just to get to that point and be able to use that here with City of the Wolves. Good showing on there. Alex Smith, that is for Reno to get into top 16. Alex Smith has got to go through at least one more match on the loser side potentially to get there.
Oh yeah, and gotta hope that it's not as strong as Reno, but a bracket as dense as this. That's not necessarily a probable ask to have of your bracket path. So we will see what happens with Alex. But right here, we're gonna be having our next couple of competitors: Chato versus Kaiser, who we saw on stream with the Terry. I am curious to see what Chato's playing. They coming over from SF6, of course.
Right.
But I'm not sure I've seen them play Fatal Fury, so I wonder what they're going to go with. They play Lily in...
Interesting, okay.
Or I think I'm thinking... Or I might be thinking of Chato K.
Okay.
I think I might be thinking of...
Yeah, you're thinking of El Chato.
Yeah, I think of Chato K.
No, I tried to look into what Chato was playing prior in City of Wolves. Didn't find any information on my searches on here, so I'm looking forward to that. Again, this is pools. That's one thing I like about pools. You find the roll of dice. Who is this person that I don't know much about? But I'm going to learn today on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the first of two, Kaiser's going to have to learn fast what the Rock Howard is going to be like from Chato. What is going to be the playstyle of the Hungry Wolf, or what's going to be the playstyle of the adopted son of the Hungry Wolf? Keep the faith on the back of the jacket. Do we keep up the aggression, or are we a little bit more of a Street Fighter player? Maybe not 6 with a drive rush, but a little bit more third track where we're just kind of waiting to see a whiff punish from Terry, throw out that far C, big button to counteract the 5D from Terry. Or we just play that Rapukin game right here, just being a little bit of a hybrid, a little bit of both here early.
Sounds like Kaiser is ready for that on there. Did the just defend and hyper defense into the second Shippuden on there afterwards here. Going to go ahead and get the confirm and begin just with a little bit of hit. Nearly half that life bar already gone for Chato.
Looking for those air Rapukins right here, but Kaiser just defending all of it. Not easily disturbed by the fireball neutral trying to be played by Chato, but we're a little bit disturbed by you trying to keep up offense. Quick DP into a throw.
Rapukin fires it off on there. A little bit of pushback on there. Get the free block, but doesn't get the punish, unfortunately, with a little too far away.
Slam you right back down for your troubles. Do it once again because you were trying to go for a rev blow. Trying to bait out another reversal, but this time Kaiser taking a little bit of a cue of Chato just being a little bit patient right here. But they're putting put right in the corner in the face of Rapukins. Fighting out, though, with the Rekka.
Oh, and just goes right into the radius. Ooh, oh, you know what? I did not see Kaiser starting to move in there. I did not. I was like, okay, that was going to be a good block, but Chato saw something.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to be able to cancel that into a rev guard or something. I mean, he just saw him flinch, but again, if you have the instincts of Street Fighter, you have to see the little bit of movement that the opponent is allowing you. But, oh, it looks like they're allowing Rock to get away with a very otherwise fatal error, because that was a big bit of damage that would have happened.
Yeah, but you know what? You always get a second chance at this on there afterwards here. Going to go ahead and finish it off. Get the one knockdown here. And you know what? We're just going to do it again. Rising tackle.
Oh, no, but we still fight back. But, nope, you just DP right back to you. Who taught you that, son? Who taught you that?
Learned it from you, Dad.
I guess you can't really say that now that Geese is in the game, so it's a little bit more ambiguous.
There's definitely definitely a legal court battle happening there.
Legal? Geese?
You know, from the rooftops, I guess.
From the rooftops, yes.
Okay, we're just going to run in, get the throw. Oh, tried to go for a grab, was already hopping away from that, so Kaiser was able to get a punish.
Well, that's an expensive rev blow, too. You are at overheat, and Terry has a way of making you go kaboom for being in overheat. But anti-air on the level 2 was already committed to the JD, unfortunately, so no just defend in the air on that. And Chato slamming Kaiser back down, laughing at it, just saying, look, man, I may be out of rev gauge, but I'm not out of options.
No, that is for certain. Was a little worried about that. Was still had like with the SPG on there, it was like, oh, you could potentially go into it, lose that, like get out of overheat with that option there. But Chato was definitely on point with that. We're going back to the character select screen. No changes though.
Yeah, maybe just taking a breath, because it felt like the game was getting a little bit away from Kaiser, especially with a couple of mistakes that were happening. I could definitely see that getting into the psyche. So give yourself a little bit of a chance to sort of get over those mistakes, get right back to a level playing field, and just get and play your best game.
That is right here. And again, like all these matches here so far, this is still on winner's side here. This is to get into top 16, which will be happening tomorrow, by the way. I believe that's, I want to say 2 o'clock on there, but you can check the schedule on max mode on TheGio. What a trade! The Shippu can stop that from Kaiser666, but not for too long on there. Got the confirm on there afterwards. Back into the corner you go, Rock.
Yep, and away you might go after this next combo, because that is going to be a very damaging hit. Put him in a spot where his throw could kill. Was looking for a command grab right there. Was looking for the Shinku Nage on defense. That is a pretty devious lick trying to be pulled by Rock, but nah, the old man has seen a lot of tricks.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you don't get this far without seeing the time and time again on here afterwards. But we're going to go trying to find it back in there. Just going to avoid with the just defend on there. Nice confirm from Kaiser. Let's start it over one more time.
Yeah, I love jumping through, threading the needle on the air Rapukins, and then just sitting down right at a range where you think your opponent's trying to come in. Throw out that big far C. Very strong strategy to be, very strong strategy in neutral that a lot of good players are able to do. Oh, couldn't quite get that 2-hit confirm into the level 1. That would have killed.
It doesn't finish the Rekka string on there. Just happy to go back, see what the options are. Has plenty of life to work with, and you cannot escape from that level 1. Bring the thunder.
Man, I did not. I look at Power Geyser in every game that Terry's in, and then there are angles that the opponent are at where I'm just like, surely they cleared it, or surely they're far away enough away from it. Because I thought, Rock's just sitting right at the top, but nah, Power Geyser comes for us all.
Yeah, every time I see that, I think it's like, oh, this is my time. I'm time for me to super jump over that, get away. No, I'm dead. I'm dead. 100% of the time. I'm going to try. Someday, I will dream of that moment when it happens.
I mean, in this game, you can just defend it, but I mean,
yeah, that's no fun.
At that point, it's no fun. You're just optimal. You're just getting back health and bar. Like, what are we doing?
Nah, not for me. I need to jump over. I need acrobatics.
We need hype moments and aura in this game.
I need to aura farm into SPG.
Alrighty, let's see which of them is going to advance here into a top 16 right here. Early anti-air ADP here from Chato to get us started, but right back at you. DP break this time, so a little bit more reward from the Hungry Wolf himself. All
right, just go to run in, get the throw on there. Canceled out. One more throw for the road.
Ooh. Whiff on the throw there. That could have been disastrous if we were ready for the wild punish, but Chato able to side switch with that. Pretty nice.
Yeah, I like that option on there, just like on the follow-up here. Going to go ahead, get with the power wave on there, the EX. Chato's spinning a lot of that. We're revving up pretty quickly, and we're almost into overheat just like that.
Yeah, very expensive game plan here currently. I think Kaiser is also aware of that, because they are just kind of waiting it out and saying, hey, if you're going to throw those EX air Rapukins, that's going to cost you a lot, and it's going to give me a chance. But, oh, still, you're in overheat, so you couldn't finish that combo. Terry getting a chance to get on out of here.
Oh, that stun gauge is coming down pretty thick and heavy right now, and there it is. There's your damage.
Yeah, again, just got to be careful about using that rev meter because against Terry, he's got guaranteed setups to guard crush you, and I mean, you don't want to make it as easy as possible for him to do that. And by using these EX air Repugans, which now Kaiser navigating through in a vanilla way, just crouching on underneath it, getting the wild punish, you're going to have to go to a different strategy here.
Okay, does get the trade on the power wave on here, but we're going to go in just defend. Cancels out of it, does get the switch, does go for the rising tackle DP, and that could be very well it. Go ahead and bring it down.
Oh my gosh. Wow, yeah, that is going to be enough. Kaiser going to be able to take the set 2-1. Very explosive damage to cap off an explosive set between the Terry and the Prodigy Rock Howard.
Yeah, still love to see it. Really explosive match between the two. Seen a lot of 2-to-1s in this pool, and that's what I want to see. I want to see more matches.
Absolutely. You want to see all of the games between these competitors that you can possibly get, because even if you're just watching and you're playing as well, like, you can learn a lot from these people, because we're seeing a good cast of characters showing up, and a lot of the people who are premier representatives of those characters, you can, you know, pull a little bit something from it.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100% on that. Getting a going through here, like, we've got plenty of matches happening all throughout the Max Mode arena, if you will, on here. Seeing some excerpt happening to the side of us over here. We got Uni Top 8 also happening as well. It's been a really good time so far.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The vibes have been high all weekend. Love to see it, and I'm excited to see what's going to be even higher. The vibes are going to be on Sunday when we get our top 8 action for both KOF and Fatal Fury. I think we also have Tekken going on at that same day as well.
I think it's I want to say, I'm not sure on Tekken. I know Street Fighter 6 top 8 is tomorrow as well.
I may be crossing them up then.
There may be on like different streams on there, but I do know it is definitely for KOF top 8. City of the Wolves top 16 top 8s tomorrow on there, and those being both Master 3 events. Like I said, not the most amount of points, but still a pretty good amount of points to add to that leaderboard for any player who can get that first place position.
Yeah, absolutely. Added incentive for players who come out to these weekly online brackets for free. There's nothing. There's no dollar amount for a lot of the brackets that these guys play in. They're just in it for the love of the game, but you gotta love a little bit of incentive with these points as well. So bringing out the best of them that already show up at their best for free brackets, let alone coming out here for an offline event. Gotta love it. Got to love it as a spectator as well.
And one of my favorite things also about coming out to this Max Mode event is you can see all the data FGC players coming out to play the SNK games, because I know you all work at this, like whether Sam Show, KOF 15, or City of the Wolves and above. I saw some KOF 98 happening yesterday, and I see John Raptor of Data FGC right now on the stream.
Yeah, and if you know anything about Data's own John, you know he loves him as grappler, so you're gonna see him on the T-Zoc. Got a little bit of buffs, but not very material, according to a lot of people who were flirting with the character, not necessarily keeping him competitive the way that they might have wanted. But John is a very strong player, has been playing the grappler archetype, understands the mentality that you need to really be able to keep the Vortex going. So we'll see what happens here. But against Maestro.Matt, who's one of the Chun-Li players stepping up here.
Okay, yeah. So going to be seeing that. Also repping the Texas Showdown on the hat and the T-shirt. Gotta love that, happening very soon next month on there. So going to be looking forward to that as well. So, but yeah, like you said, locking in on the T-Zoc, locking in on Chun-Li. No surprises there. We saw John Raptor earlier in the KOF bracket doing a lot of work with King of Dinosaurs, certainly not T-Zoc, King of Dinosaurs in that case. But so no surprise with the lock-in, like you were saying, loves the grapplers as we go into it. What changes has T-Zoc has that outside of, like you said, it was it's kind of minimal in terms of like what that character can get.
Yeah, I mean, they've given him a little bit more consistency in terms of the damage output that he can get on certain touches, because they did an overhaul of the rev art system and how you can cancel certain things. So it does benefit T-Zoc a little bit in that aspect, so where he can get some more routes on some touches. But honestly, over the course of matches, it's not as frequent as you may want it to be in order to help you keep up momentum. Plus, he doesn't necessarily keep up the Vortex the same as most other grapplers may want it. And against a character like Chun-Li, that's very valuable, because if Chun-Li is just throwing out fireballs at you, T-Zog has to take a risk to get in, and
Right.
John Raptor and T-Zog may not be comfortable in that aspect because if you give her some breathing room, she just comes up to you with the crouching medium kick or crouching knee in this game.
And if you're old like me, low forward on that afterwards here. But we go in nice with the just defend on there. We're going to get the reach in, bring out the iron elbow on there afterwards, and one more time with the lariat.
Looking for that sweep. Once again, right back to where we started. Just a little bit less health on both parties, but good use of the beak. That's one thing T-Zog's always had. One of the better high dodges in the game. Very, very beneficial in this matchup, especially if you can get into range where you can go through the fireball.
Yeah, we saw the miss on the Tencho kicks. Didn't get a whole punish on it. Giving Maestro.Matt a opportunity to get a couple of little things on the throws on here afterwards. Another Tencho back into the corner. You go, T-Zog.
Oh, yes, being able to combo with the overhead into the 2-egg, going to the EX spinning bird kick and capping it off with a level 1. It is dangerous to be put in the corner or any situation where that overhead's an option because she can cash out and make you pay.
All right, going to go in, immediate just defend in there, trying to kind of keep that distance on there from the jump in. Going to get a nice little counter hit as we get approaching to the eastern corner.
Potential kick once again, not able to sniff out those DP timings, but this time we're able to mash out with the 2B, get a little bit extra loving with that EX hard knockdown on that. One of the few characters actually that does get access to that knockdown on the end of that red cancel, so that's pretty good for him at least.
Yeah, like definitely going to take full advantage of that afterwards and get a clean jump in. We're going to go ahead and get the follow-up in here and goes in for the reset on there just for a little bit of extra damage. Maestro.Matt on SPG territory.
Ooh, no punish right there on the blocked high dodge attack. Maestro.Matt missing out on some opportunities here, but trying to create them right here now that they're in SPG. Rev blow could be a factor here. John trying to play against that, but the air-to-air link.
Oh, gotta love it. And look out the cross-up at the very end. Going to tie it up one round each.
Slow it down here, trying to throw out that fireball, mix in the feint as well. Keep them guessing.
Okay, a little bit of a clip on there, not too far away on there, but we got the punish in there and the confirm on there afterwards. You're going to go ahead, spin that meter.
Oh.
Ooh, sneaky with the low on there afterwards here. Definitely going to put John Raptor into SPG.
Ooh, trying to jump out of there, maybe feeling that they were going to go for a reversal command grab. But this time getting, oh my god, but not able to get the EX legs after the high dodge attack.
Oh, that was wild. Like just like had a missed sandwich basically. Got that first hit in the last hit.
Woo. Just being very careful here, not overextending in neutral. Maestro.Matt just being very careful, not wandering into anything that John Raptor wants to throw at you, but you're getting thrown for your troubles instead.
You gotta watch out for that end there. Time to space it out just right, but does get hit with the rev blow on there, rev art rather, and we got the first match for Maestro.Matt.
Ooh, being able to get that right there is crazy. The high dodge attack on the attempt on the roundhouse kick from T-Zog, pretty crazy stuff right here. And Maestro.Matt now using Fireball not necessarily as a keep out tool, but trying to approach behind it, kind of sort of what they did with that 2D earlier on in the first round.
Immediate Tencho kicks, get out of the situation, and we got on the slow down on the dodge on there afterwards. Doesn't get anything other than the follow-up, and we just go right in on there, get the big throw, big damage.
We're looking for the sweep, though. That's heavy punish right there. Crouching, medium punch, 2B or 2C into a big bit of damage right here and a big bit of corner carry. Uh-oh.
Goes in with the overhead on that's going to get the confirmed 4 days on here. Still has to do one more conversion on that, but we get that cross up from John Raptor and is going to save it with the follow-up Rev Art elbow.
Yeah, very hesitant on the anti-air attempts, especially that you have that 2-2X input going for that cross-up. Got to be very good at being able to catch people trying to go over your head with that, but a little bit hesitant even using a high evade on that. So John Raptor got to love being able to take to the skies as the bird he is, but we're going to go up there with a little bit of bruises after this level 1.
He's opting to go in for the overhead, but doesn't get anything else on that afterwards. Here comes the punish from John Raptor, though.
There we go. Getting the Tencho kicks on the other side. Wild punish on there. Now getting the anti-airs going with the high evade right now. So Maestro.Matt locking in, trying to shut that phase of the game down.
Okay, goes with the low one more time. It's going to be set point for Maestro.Matt.
Yeah, that's a very tricky spot to be in. Going into that low after that hit is crazy. Once Super Chun-Li gets you in the right spot where she's just looping that mix, that is a very dastardly spot she has you in. But right now, dastardly spot that TheGio has them in, and now finally being able to catch the timing of those Tensho kicks.
John Raptors has a great way of making Maestro.Matt blink on this, getting some throws, getting some extra damage as a result of these whiffs on the Tensho and lightning kicks on here. Afterwards, it just goes for it that time.
Oh, wow, what a jump right there. Not being able to be victim of the slowdown of the match, just saying this time I'm just going to jump out of here. What's the worst that can happen?
It goes in and gets the drop kick, but the guard cancel into Tensho. Needs that one more, like a couple more touches on there. Trying to go in for the red blow, had access to it, and to get the Tenshos right after the just defend.
What's crazy is you could die right here after you get the crouching C. Oh, but we don't get the link afterwards. We've been missing out on the spinning bird kick links, just like we do right there.
Oh, no. Go to neutral jump out of the way, but John Raptor was able to get the punish on there. Does get the red blow, but it's going to still have the one more interaction for both players.
He's going to try to steal this. He's going to try to steal this. He's trying to steal that. He's walking out of the building with that man's lunch money. How dare you? That's not even a real string.
If you're near any bodega, just reach your hand into the cash register.
That is your money.
Oh my God!
Man.
What a scramble at the end there. Just going right into it, and that does mean we get more Chun-Li versus TheGio between these two.
Absolutely, and you got to be able to calm yourself after the scramble that was that last game, so we'll see which one of them goes for it. But I feel like that would favor John because he likes to play in the scramble up against the more structured playstyle that Maestro's been trying to enforce.
And we're back into like kind of what we were seeing square one in there. This time on it, this time ready for it, get the wild punish on top of that here, and big damage to that middle part of the life bar against John Raptor.
Ooh, trying to look for a throw, but again, I play grapplers. I know when you're trying to put your hands on me, and I don't like it, but still going to be able to get the wake-up throw and the overhead. Not missing on the 2A this time around.
Yep. Oh, and gets the run under. Just goes in for the back throw. Make sure that they have the corner available to them right now. Gets a big counter hit and the set point as the reward from Maestro.Matt.
Yeah, that's a tough spot for TheGio to be in, and understandably, John Raptor kind of crumbling right there because, you know that you're just kind of waiting to be opened up at the end of the day, and you don't want to be an overheat as TheGio because you lose access to the guard cancel command grab.
Couple little feints here. We're trying to press out a button. We're trying to bait out anything at all. Nothing happens until something happens with the John Raptor counter hit on that big damage time.
All them feints giving Maestro a little bit of pause, and right when they were trying to figure out a way to stop him from doing anything, it was a little bit too late, but it's never too late to fight back, especially when you have access to the level 1 mix here. We went low each time before. We finally go low once again. I feel like if we go into the loop afterwards, we're going to go overhead here.
Yeah, low, but we go deny it on there. Goes ahead, gets the corner for John Raptor. Tensho to get out of there. Both players are in. SPG available. Goes in for the low, and we're just going to go let it rip on there afterwards here. Set point for both players.
Crack the back, chiroprac. Slam him right back. And for the children, point to the skies. TheGio. One more round for John Raptor to advance over Maestro.Matt. Got to see if they have a little bit more in the toolkit. They've already given them a different look in neutral, just making Maestro very hesitant to really commit to anything to try to shut TheGio down in that aspect.
Sign of a good grappler. If they make you hesitate, if they make you scared, that's the grappler's job to make that happen. And we're seeing that with the confirm in there from John Raptor back into the corner.
Yeah, hasn't even been able to go back to that high dodge that we were getting a little bit more proficiency in over the course of the game. And now, again, we made you scared. You got to bet it on the DP. Not going to be quite enough to kill, but you have them in the corner as a grappler, as TheGio, and we just jump on in, get that counter hit, jump in, and John Raptor going to take it over Maestro.Matt 2-1.
Yeah, wow, what a... that is one for the ages absolutely on there. I love it.
Yeah,
no notes.
No matter the odds. No matter the odds. Oh, man. Yeah, Data Zone being able to hold down a home turf right there over Maestro.Matt. I'm not sure if Maestro's from Atlanta. They got the Texas Showdown shirt, so I'm just going to say he's not one of us. Anyway, we got another person coming in from Atlanta. Crum going to be stepping up to the stage up against Chato. So Crum, I believe, has been flirting with both Kims, actually, Dongwon and Jaehoon.
Okay, all right. in this case, since Jaehoon being the newer one for this season on there, Dongwon still has access to a lot of the tools that like made that character. You gotta sometimes you gotta fly Dongwon Airlines, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you get the clear across the screen. You like there's no waiting line. You cannot bring any carry-on luggage with you.
Yeah,
You're
no
just
pre-check. No pre-check. Got to have your shoes off.
Yeah,
Gotta have your shoes off.
it's absolutely on there. Which one do you think Crum is going to go with?
I would say that if he were to go Jaehoon early, like if he was going to go Jaehoon at all, it would be early because newer character doesn't necessarily have the same amount of time. He's been grinding the game a lot with Dongwon, and I feel like if you go Dongwon early, Chato shows that he knows how to play against Dongwon. It's going to be tougher for you to catch them by surprise with Jaehoon, especially if you don't necessarily have the same number of layers developed in that aspect.
True.
If you go Jaehoon, and let's say you go up 1, and then we loses 1. That's the first 2-1 against Dongwon, and maybe they don't know what to do.
That's true. That's true on there.
Yeah.
Like you get you have to like kind of deal with it. It just takes one. Like if you get like kind of guessing on the knowledge checks of that character. So.
Oh yeah, I've definitely been. I've been knowledge checked a bunch. I know I've been taking a little bit of time away from that to concentrate on some other games, but I mean, I came back to the local. Crum was really showing out with Dongwon. Got me with the side or the cross up so many times.
Oh yeah.
I just forget that sometimes he just sticks the stanky leg back there, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Iori.
Yeah, no, they'll make sure they're like showcasing those legs absolutely on there. Of course, we saw Chato earlier on there with the Rock Howard, so going to be kind of curious to see how this will change up here. This is looking at this is on the loser side, but is also a top 16 qualifier at this point. I think everything at this point will be for qualifying for top 16.
A lot of the line right here, especially in a bracket as dense as this, being able to get into the better side of top 16. Got to feel good, got to be very rewarding. We'll see what happens. But the interesting thing here about Crum, also had time on Rock Howard. So I feel like he will know a little bit more about how to play into this character, but maybe Chato throws him for a loop, plays a play style that he's not quite ready for.
Okay, one way to find out as we let the screen load up. Thank you all for joining us here so far. The good news is, like, we still have plenty of matches here before, like, for the end of the pool, but we got more City of the Wolves after that too as well. So, but right now we got a rising tackle from Chato.
Checking him with the 5A. Oh, the rising tackle not going to work out the second time around. Didn't believe in the hit either, so we got the cancel, but DP right in your face.
All right, going to go ahead and get the follow-up on here. Welcome to Dongwon's corner right now. Just going to go ahead with the like follow-up. Just go ahead and get the knockdown. Goodbye to the middle part of your life bar.
Oh, yeah, the jump in right there. That's another thing that's very good about Crum's game is enforcing that strike throw after canceling the EX legs. Because of the very ambiguous situation that they put you in, he could go into a throw, but if you're feeling a throw, he'll just jump right back in, or he will just keep it up and just put out another strike. It's a very good RPS that Crum knows how to lean into with the character.
Okay, doesn't get anything on it. Just a nice little anti-air from the rising tackle on there afterwards here. Canceling out, trying to change the trajectory a little bit. Going to go ahead and get the forward throw, get a little bit of damage.
Oh, jump in 2 for 2 so far. Has been really good with that RPS point. Now we're going to get a big bit of Kim damage right here, putting Rock out of SPG. That is a safe jump if you didn't do anything.
And he did nothing at all and has a little bit of meter to work with to finish this off. And here, go ahead, bring out the big stomp.
The thundering bass throughout the venue to match the lightning, electrifying kicks of Dongwon. And a really good showing here for Crum to start out the set, especially on the back of utilizing those EX legs on block. Looking for it right there, but this time walking back out of range of it, got the wild punish.
Okay. Chato still retaining on, using the rising tackle as an anti-air quite a bit. Tried to go in for the rev blow and going to get punished on there just from the other side from by Crum.
Oh. Just a run-up strike to strike or start the offense right here. Going to be a big bit of damage here. Just going to do the easy route here, going to the level 1. Anti-air with the close D.
Yeah, definitely going to get into a little bit of trouble at the end there. Crum is on set point. And I like that, just like going for the easy route in there, like has been not having a lot of issues trying to get that damage where it counts. And they were going to be already away from SPG after this. Confirmed, no, just a little bit of touch. That throw is definitely going to make it go away, though.
Yeah, Chato going to have to figure out a different way to get on out of there, trying to use the just defense to their advantage. And again, just going for the throw once more. It feels like Chato just does not have any idea of how to get away from Dongwon. We haven't even seen any rev guard to push Kim out.
None of that at all, and you're going to have like one last opportunity here. It could be a very quick one if you don't do anything about it, Chato. There we go. Gets with the hard edge rev.
And it with the level 1, get some good hard knockdown action as well, but jump right back in here. We're Dongwon, we want one thing, we want to take to the skies.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. We get the block on her, but unfortunately no punish on there afterwards here, and it's going to be Crum moving on in the bracket.
Yeah, I love to see it. Crum popping off, just feeling a big sigh of relief. He's been grinding this game. He's wanted to perform at this game so badly, and look at him. You can just see the relief, the excitement that he will be moving on to the next phase of a very prestigious bracket.
You know it here. Like prime opportunity to get those spots, and also like showcase in the local scene as well. So get that little bit of prestige.
Absolutely, love to see it for Crum. Love to see it. Let's see what we got here next. Oh, I do love to see a little bit more Jenny action. Alex Smith will be coming up. We will get hyped for that, but Get Hype Zone's own Manu KOF is going to be stepping up to the stage against him.
Okay, yeah. We haven't. We haven't seen Manu this pool. Actually,
I don't believe we have.
No, that's yeah. Like last time I was checking, was playing a lot of Ronaldo. Like I don't know how that has changed since season 2. Actually,
not entirely sure. I will admit that I have not necessarily been seeing a lot of the action here for Manu in City, but I do know that his play style could give Alex a little bit of problems. I mean, Alex is a very strong player and a very good specialist with Jenny.
Yes.
So just in that aspect alone can really shine here. But I think the way that Manu can play and just really basically just stop Jenny from being able to exercise the specialist knowledge that Alex has. That's true. Could be a problem.
Yeah, no, we were seeing a lot of that in the last match with Alex Smith on stream. There was definitely going in for the high evades, and they're like knowing how to use that as an anti-air. A lot of confirms from 2C, I believe, like the big elbow.
Yes. Coming
in there on there afterwards, just like ready to use those low options in there to a great degree, because it's a little bit deceptive how that looks to like if anyone who doesn't know how to play against B Jenny.
Yeah, and she's not even that much of a popular character, so that really goes into the sort of specialist knowledge that Alex has in the character, or with the character. He really checks to make sure that you have done your homework on her. Otherwise, you can get hit with some huge damage that she can cash out with. All right, it looks like it is going to be Ronaldo on the part of Manu, so that has kept tried and true should he stick with it while logging in the button. So it'll be very interesting. I would imagine that he would play a lot of that field dominator game, setting out those soccer balls, just making it harder for Jenny to approach.
Yeah, that's still absolutely a problem, especially with like when you got your far A from Ronaldo on there. The big, you got to say it with your chest.
Oh my God, yeah, the ambiguous frame data. I know you have a parry, but like it's so scary when you're being put through that RPS. It is so bad. If you don't have a DP, it's bad.
All right, let's see how those Mega Man 8 soccer skills come into play for Manu KOF.
So yeah, definitely going to see what Alex has in tow. It's very funny too. We were talking about how the underrepresentation of B Jenny could be valuable for Alex, but it could be the same for Ronaldo and Manu. Not a ton of people play this character.
Right.
But there are a couple that you do see. You see Kula, you see Manu. Diaphone was on the character for a minute.
True.
But he's kind of fallen off a little bit, so we'll see if that's for good reason here. But right now, Alex, the reason for the season here for Jenny, just walking him down in the sundress.
Okay, nothing on the parry on there afterwards, but we do get a big counter hit on the close C, and we get a little bit of a touch in here, but until it's going to be Manu KOF going to get the throw back out into neutral territory.
Big hit on the 5C, gonna get some good damage in here. Gonna cancel it a little bit early, maybe not by design, but if it was smart because it kept Ronaldo out of SPG. No access to the rev blow, and just go on over to the other side, why don't you?
Okay, it does get the just defend on there afterwards here, but here comes the soccer ball. Play a little bit of that. No red cards allowed.
Alrighty, aiming for the shins. No red card allowed. Oh, but no rev blow allowed, unfortunately for you. Rolling Thunder, a great tool to be using defensively for Jenny. Her premier option, but if you are not in the horizontal range, which has kind of a short range in that aspect, it could be tough for you, and that's exactly how you lose the game.
Oh yeah, and actually using it, we were talking about 2C a little bit earlier on that, and actually getting denied a lot with the soccer ball from Ronaldo.
You're mentioning the far A. Interesting note for the rest of the set. Alex Smith already matched out very quickly. Got that 2C to hit Wild Punish, but wasn't quite in range to continue with the far C. Unfortunate.
Now going to go ahead right into level 1. SPG time for Alex here. But are they going to have a chance to even get the approach on there? The rev blow misses, gets hit with the ball, and you're now back into it one more time with the rev blow.
Phanpy turret blocking the overhead and still keeping it with the rev blow, but you are revving up 71% rev meter to the gauge, so is Manu just going to wait it out? Oh, man.
We are keep making it happen there. This time with the guard cancel. It's going to make it work. Tied up on the health count in here, but here comes a far A into the follow-up. We're just going to run up, get the damage, and get the first match for Manu KOF.
You know, isn't it funny how as soon as rev blow did not become an option, it was like Manu was like, all right, I get to play.
Yeah.
We're playing my game now.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
Yeah,
You have anything else to share other than rev blow?
You glowed green for the class the last 2 weeks, Sheen.
All right, going ahead, another counter hit on the play from Manu KOF here. Does get the side switch on that? We are playing the bait away.
All right, a little bit of a foul on the pitch right here. B Jenny taking an exception to it, especially now that we are in the corner. This is a very, very healthy bit of damage now. Oh, what a mash out after the roll.
Oh, but gets a just defend out there. Gets out of a tricky situation, but a rev blow of Manu KOF's own. Hold it down in there. Going to go ahead with the blow on there to finish it off. The far A comes in there with the throw afterwards. Manu KOF going to be on set point.
Precarious situations that Ronaldo found themselves in there, but Alex Smith not quite ready with their reactions. Trying to walk up with the parry, but still daring them with the 2C after the fact. Early cancel right there going into the 2-1-4 BD. And cashing out with the level 1 as well.
I'll never say never, because we're going to go ahead. We get the follow-up on there afterwards. We got level 1 on the play potential on there afterwards here. We're going to cancel out, keep up that corner. Finally tries to find Ronaldo, trying to escape in here. No, can't do. We're going to get the round. We stay alive.
Every heavy kick in the book being exercised right there to keep Ronaldo jailed and in the corner. Manu couldn't find a way out in time, but this time finding their way in. Round start, run up into the throw, and heavy offense right there, just running up into the 5A. That is, or 5B. That is insane work.
All right, going to finish off with the level 1 here. Significant damage on top of that, and still maintaining on there. SPG, last chance for Alex Smith. Smith going to go in with the rev blow, get the side switch, and the confirm on here afterwards. Here we go.
Man, the parry link, I think we're going to cash it all out, especially since we have access to hidden gear. Seeing the theme, if you do have the pipes, but we have the tornadoes in space. All of them, plus the kicks, going to be able to send Ronaldo back down to the pitch. Face first in the grass, but still out of that final ratio.
Try to go and just goes right into the rev blow, tying things up here, trying to survive one more time. Great pause with the rev blow of Alex Smith's own. Great opportunity here. Can you finish the job? Yes, no.
Oh, final ratio coming in clutch. Does this catch backdash? No, he didn't even move. I was wrong. He just stood there menacingly and going to be able to call out the reversal super attempt from Ronaldo. Alex Smith fighting back. Final ratio coming in clutch. That 30% extra health.
Oh my
God.
God.
Love it.
I could feel the scaling fighting the game itself on that one. It was not to be. We're still alive here. One more game to finish out the pool between these two.
All right, looking for that overhead here. Manu's been so clean defensively with the mix-up between the highs and the lows, but it's been the strikes and the throws that have opened them up by Alex.
Oh, you know it on there afterwards. Going to go ahead with the follow-up on here. Alex Smith change it out around with a single trajectory here. Trying to go in for the overhead. Just the fans on the follow-up on here right now. Going to get hit with the rev blow back into neutral. Manu KOF is trying to get things started.
Got to be careful, though. Got to know that a level 1 is in your future if you are not clean with it. Got the guard crush, unfortunately not clean with the sequence, so B. Jenny with another sign of life here. Going to be able to use their rev blow now that they're out of overheat. What a costly mess up on the guard crush sequence from Ronaldo.
And have to feeling it right now. Taking the lead, has a full stick of butter. Both players, in fact, do, like at this point here. And going to go in with a wild punish on here for big-time damage.
I love just running up into the effective range to shut down the field dominator. No aspect of, or no soccer ball being used right there. Run up with the 2C or run up with the parry. Either way, it's been very hard for Manu to play that space control game.
All right, but this time, yeah, going to get the punish on the DP on there. Right back at you. We're going to go ahead and get it down. You spin over that level 1 here. You're not going to be quite an SPG here, but you're in a good position in there to throw out those footballs and to try to get some damage. Nice throw from Alex, though.
Looking for that close D, not budging. Looking for the overhead. Both of them blocked. Had the lights, but not quite ready to confirm. But ready to confirm after the high evade anti-air. You were talking about it, Risky, and it showed its head at the exact perfect time to close out the set and open the doors to your top 16 journey. Alex Smith going to advance.
With the hug at that. That was on loser side, too. You know, Mano's got to be feeling that, but an incredible game between those two. I know, like, I'm looking forward to seeing how that top 16 is going to turn out at that point. Wow. Yeah. This is it's been a quite a block at this point here. That's only 50% of the bracket though. Before we get to that top 16, we still got. If you're just joining us just now, or if you've been watching around and you're like, oh man, I would sure like some more City of the Wolves. Good news, we have more coming your way.
Unbelievably so. Yeah, we've got some good stuff coming up for you as well. But we also have to shout out some people. I believe this is what we're going to do, but either way, we are going to shout out some people who are also going to be making everything happen, but we got some breaks after it, so don't go anywhere after we get on the other side of paying some bills. But, yeah, Risky, anything else you want to note between now and when we get into our next bit of action?
No, nothing else that really at the moment here. I just want to see more of that good City of the Wolves happening right now. Like on that, you got Cookie and Fox on the other side of it, going to be announcing everything on the way here. It's going to be a very good time.
Awesome.
Soma, thank you so much, by the way.
Absolutely.
Holding it down last minute on here. Shout out to Will the Tank for being damn awesome at Xrd, getting to the top 8. But, you know, gotta play on that. Help to make it a very entertaining pool. So
absolutely appreciate you as well, Risky, and I appreciate all of you who are tuning in for some more Fatal Fury City of the Wolves action on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere, don't miss a beat, because the beat will keep on rolling right after this break. So get comfortable. We'll see you there.